lovely rose garden. I'm Avalon.
And I'm Ray.
And boy, do we have a story for you. So,
Not this story.
not
We're
this
putting
one.
off this one as much as we possibly can.
It'll circle back around. Just go with us on this journey for a moment. So, recently we were on a date because, we're a married couple and we do that. We're real gay like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to end our date by stopping at an ice cream shop and enjoying some ice cream and just being in each other's company for a little while. And while we were doing so, we just so happened to be on our phones because, we had been walking around and talking to each other and generally being present with each other for multiple hours. This is the end of the date. We're not, and also just we're fine with just kind of hanging out in the same space. That's connection.
Well, and also like I ate my ice cream super fast as I do.
Yeah.
I was just like scrolling waiting for you to be done.
Yeah, because firstly, I ordered way more than you did because I have a huge sweet tooth. But also, I had a cone, you had a cup. So I'm taking my sweet time. I'm enjoying my ice cream. Like, we're clearly just vibing, scrolling our phone, showing each other stupid memes. I'm eating my ice cream. Everything's great. And then the fucking crypt keeper walks up to us and starts a conversation. And I'm like, sir, and you go ahead and,
He comes up to me and he's like, what, are you angry with each other? You're both on your phones.
Yeah, like, as I'm vibing and eating ice cream, like...
And I just look up at him, and I'm like, sir, we talk all the time. And I'm just like... I'm, like, briefly transported into a different world of, like, is this now acceptable to just come up to people and, like, say shit like this? Okay, whatever, old fuck, but...
Yeah, I'm just like, people of our generation, A, wouldn't be giving you shit over being on your phone in public, but also just generally don't walk up to complete strangers and start asking about their personal life and relationships. For all you know, we don't even know each other, dude. Like, but yeah, I'm like, what is going through this guy's head aside from, obviously his need to be morally superior somehow to these younger folks that are on their phones in public? Oh my god. But I'm just like, how do you angrily eat ice cream?
And then I'm just over here,
I don't think
like,
it's possible.
I don't think you want me saying out loud what's on my phone right now.
That's like, unless you get real cool with a whole lot of stuff real fast. Because, we're doing our roleplay stuff on our phones. We're still conversing while we're on our phones. We're just doing the public a service by not saying what we're doing out loud.
I'll be like, and then Chase Hollow got his back blown out.
Exactly. So, it's maybe you don't want, maybe it's better this way. So
maybe you don't want me saying everything that's on my mind at this moment.
And in this moment, I am transported back to the 50 Shades of Grey muffin eating date. And I'm like, how come no one came up to them and was like, are you guys angry at each other? Because I think they actually were. And anyway, I told you it would wrap back around. So that was our experience, and shit like this always seems to happen to us when we're trying to, like, be cute and have an ice cream related date of any kind. Because the same shit happened that one Valentine's Day when we tried to be cute and order like a milkshake to share. It was like a 50s style diner.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like sitting side by side in the booth and clearly on a date.
And then
specifically said, bring us one milkshake with 2 straws.
And then they proceeded to bring us a milkshake in 2 separate cups.
Yeah.
And I was just like I don't know.
Just one milkshake
it was
split.
It was literally Valentine's Day. I don't know how you could fuck this up.
And it wasn't like they were busy and misheard us. Like, we very clearly stated. I was wearing a shirt of Mickey and Minnie doing what we were trying to do. There was a visual reference. But anyway.
It should have just pointed directly to your chest, like...
This.
This.
Oh, okay. So that's your fun, silly little 5-minute anecdote, and now we're gonna get into the bullshit.
Yeah.
Thursday, May 19th, 2011. I don't think this is the 50. Oh, thank God, this one's kind of short. This one's actually like only a few pages.
Oh, thank God.
We might finish in an hour.
Oh.
Winnie, don't you fucking dare.
And she goes.
And in she goes.
It's a race against time now.
No! My scream bounces off the bedroom walls and wakes me from my nightmare. I'm smothered in sweat with the stench of stale beer, cigarettes, and poverty in my nostrils.
What does poverty smell
I'm not
like?
joking. That's actually what's written.
Bestie,
And-
what does poverty smell like to you?
And a lingering dread of drunken violence. Stale beer and cigarettes, I guess.
Well, no, he said that specifically.
And poverty.
And poverty. So poverty doesn't smell like stale beer and cigarettes. It smells like something else besides that. And I'm just like, you gotta be more specific, buddy.
Smells like his green truck under the couch.
My fucking truck.
My toy.
My toy.
Sitting up, I put my head in my hands as I try to calm my escalated heart rate and erratic breathing. It's been the same for the last 4 nights. Glancing at the clock, I see it's 3 a.m. I have 2 major meetings today, and I need a clear head and some sleep.
Damn it, what I'd give for a good night's sleep.
And I have a round of fucking golf with Bastille. Maybe cancel that then. It doesn't seem
if you
imperative.
hate it so much.
I should cancel golf. Okay. The thought of playing and losing darkens my already bleak mood. No, just... Yeah, right. You're right, Winnie. Just cancel because you're just not up to it. Yeah, Winnie. I don't know if that's being picked up by the mic at all, but sad little meows from Winnie. Clambering out of bed, I wandered down the corridor and into the kitchen. There I fill a glass with water and catch sight of myself, dressed only in pajama pants, reflected in the glass wall at the other side of the room. I turn away in disgust. You turned her down. She wanted you, and you turned her down.
It was for her own good.
This has needled me for days now. 4, in fact, I think. Her beautiful face appears in my mind without warning, taunting me. If my shrink was back from his vacation in England, I could call him. His psychobabble shit would stop me feeling this lousy.
Gray, she was just a pretty girl.
Facts. Perhaps I need a distraction. A new sub, maybe. It's been too long since Susanna. I contemplate calling Elena in the morning. She always finds suitable candidates for me, but the truth is I don't want anyone new. I want the mountain of tissues that is my trash can. Her disappointment, her wounded indignation, and her contempt remain with me. She walked away without a backward glance. Perhaps I raised her hopes by asking her out for coffee, only to disappoint her. Maybe I should find some way to apologize. Then I can forget about this whole sorry episode and get the girl out of my head. Leaving the glass in the sink for my housekeeper to wash, I trudge back to bed. Line break. The radio alarm jolts to life at 5:45 as I'm staring at the ceiling. I haven't slept and I'm exhausted.
Look, this is ridiculous.
The program on the radio is a welcome distraction until the second news item. It's about the sale of a rare manuscript, an unfinished novel by Jane Austen called The Watsons that's being auctioned in London.
Books, she said. Christ.
Books. Oh.
Even the news reminds me of... Okay, it says Little Miss Bookworm, but I'm still going to put in Little Nose Mucus. Because it's still referring to her with, like, a name, even if it's not Anastasia. So, she's an incurable romantic who loves the English classic.
Should be Little Miss Nose Mucus, yeah.
But then so do I, but for different reasons. I don't have any Jane Austen first edition, or Brontes for that matter, but I do have 2 Thomas Hardys.
Of course.
This is it. This is what I can do. Okay. this might be the only thing that has actually added some context to the original that makes it slightly less horrid.
Yeah.
Is that he already had these first editions on hand. It's not like he went out and bought them.
Yeah.
But I don't believe he ever told Anastasia that in the original.
Yeah.
Like, I think he... Because she was flustered thinking that these were really expensive, like... This is an inappropriate amount of money to spend on someone you just met.
Yeah.
And he just kind of waved that away. He never said that these were his own personal copies that he was, like, loaning to her. Or that he was like, oh, I just happen to have these, and I know you like this, and I'm not currently reading them.
Yeah. Like...
This would have... It still would have been a little over the top, but it would have been way less over the top than going out and buying them.
Yeah.
Context that could have helped. So, yeah, it helps me, but I'm not in the book, thank goodness.
Yeah.
So, moments later, I'm in my library with Jude the Obscure and a box set of Tests of the D'Urbervilles. I still can't fucking say shit. In its 3 volumes laid out on the billiard table in front of me. Both are bleak books with tragic themes. Hardy had a dark, twisted soul.
Like me.
Welcome to my twisted mind.
Welcome to my fucking twisted mind.
I shake off the thought and examine the books. Even though Jude is in better condition, it's no contest. In Jude, there is no redemption, so I'll send her Tess with a suitable quote. I know it's not their most romantic book, considering the evils that befall the heroine, but she has a brief taste of romantic love in the bucolic ideal that is the English countryside, and Tess does exact revenge on the man who wronged her. But that's not the point. Blue Flavor mentioned Hardy as a favorite, and I'm sure she's never seen, let alone owned, a first edition.
You sound like the ultimate consumer.
Her judgmental retort from the interview comes back to haunt me. Yes, I like to possess things that will rise in value like first editions. Feeling calmer and more composed and a little pleased with myself, I head back into my closet and change into my running gear.
Line break.
In the back of the car, I leaf through book 1 of the Test first edition, looking for a quote, and at the same time wonder when Princess Caroline's last exam will take place. I read the book years ago and have a hazy recollection of the plot. Fiction was my sanctuary when I was a teenager. My mother always marveled that I read. Elliot not so much. I craved the escape that fiction provided. He didn't need an escape. Oh my god, please stop deifying the act of reading.
Listen, okay? It's the only character trait that brown-haired girls are allowed to have in these books. Is that they like book. Because they're not blonde and stupid and like sex. They like book. Me like book.
But this is a sex book.
Yeah, but she can't like the sex. Because it's wrong. It's bad wrong sex. It's bad wrong corrupting sex.
This is evil sex.
Evil sex. Evil sex that our pure heroine cannot enjoy because she like book.
The two genders, book and sex.
And never the twain shall meet. You can't like both book and sex. Or neither book or sex. You must like either book or sex.
See, but wrapping this back around to a more adult conversation. Because something that we brought up frequently when we were reviewing the 50 Shades books was this lack of maturity.
Yeah.
And this arrested development kind of thinking. Because, you know, when I was a teenager, I definitely thought that I was better than other girls because I read books. And then I grew up and realized that that's stupid, and also I'm not a girl. And
and also, everyone reads books except Chase Hollow.
like, yeah, I definitely knew people that, like, didn't read for fun.
Yeah.
But they were equally as like, why aren't you into sports? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
People liked it, and some of the people that played sports also liked books.
Yeah.
Like, it was just kind of a where you fall.
Sports is the third gender. It's book, sex, and sports.
So it speaks to something that Christian is still thinking in kind of, or
Yeah.
Christian is still thinking like, oh, reading, it's my sanctuary. Like, reading is this special and elevated hobby.
It's like, no, it's
which
not.
most definitely from, you know, the rest of the books, E.L. James definitely seems to also think. And, you know, it would be somewhat understandable for an author to view reading as an elevated hobby because it's literally what you're doing.
Like,
But E.L. James worked in television. Like,
well, and also,
girl, this isn't even your first job.
Okay. This is a book for adults.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine to deify the hobby of reading for literature for children because that is the time in their life where we're trying to promote literacy. By the time you are an adult, we should be past the point of promoting literacy to you. You should already be literate in an ideal world.
Yeah,
you know,
either you read for fun or you don't at that point.
Yeah, like, and it's like, we don't have to uplift reading as a hobby anymore. You're pretty solidified in what your hobbies are. You don't have to pat yourself on the back for being someone who reads.
It's just pandering.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, you're better than other people. Good job. It's like, no, you're not. It's just your hobby, dude. Like, you're not better than literally anyone else who has a different hobby just because you read.
Yeah. And I don't know. I could go off on a whole other tangent, but just this is a book for adults. I am meant to believe that the characters in this book are adults and should have adult opinions about things. And yeah, that doesn't mean that they always have to be mature. If Christian's immaturity were treated as a character flaw, then I could use this as evidence of said character flaw and being like, oh, this is an area in which he has not grown since he was a teenager, you know, when he was sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Sometimes assault victims tend to become halted in their development around the mental stage of when the assault happened.
Yeah.
That's a thing that occurs. This will not be brought up in that, like, this will not be resolved.
Nope.
That does not come into play. So it's just someone, it comes off as legitimately thinking as an adult that reading makes you a better person, or that it's deep.
Yeah.
Like, it's I'm 14 and this is deep.
Yeah.
Except you're in your middle age writing this, and the character's perspective is in his mid-20s. By the time I was in my mid-20s, I had grown out of the reading makes me so much better and smart phase. I was like, I just like to read. Anyway. Mr. Gray, Taylor interrupts. We're here, sir. He climbs out of the car and opens my door. I'll be outside at 2 o'clock to take you to your golf game. I nod and head into Gray House, the books tucked under my arm. The young receptionist greets me with a flirtatious wave. Oh, God, you can't even wave at him.
Every day, like a cheesy tune on repeat.
Ignoring her, I make my way to the elevator that will take me straight to my floor. You know you would throw a fit if your receptionist didn't acknowledge you, the owner of this business, coming in. That's kind of what they're there for.
Yeah.
She's doing her job. Good morning, Mr. Gray. Barry on security greets me as he presses the button to summon the elevator. How's your son, Barry? Better, sir. I'm glad to hear it. I step into the elevator and it shoots up to the 20th floor. Andrea is on hand to greet me.
Good morning, Mr. Gray. Roz wants to see you to discuss the Darfur project. Barney would like a few minutes.
I hold my hand up to silence her. Forget those for now. Get me Welch on the line and find out when Flynn is back from vacation. Once I've spoken to Welch, we can pick up the day's schedule. Yes, sir. And I need a double espresso. Get Olivia to make it for me.
But looking around, I notice that Olivia is absent. It's a relief. The girl is always mooning over me, and it's fucking irritating.
Jesus Christ.
Just show up and treat everyone like shit. That's fine. Also, put off your important business and, your personal assistant trying to get you on schedule and be like, no, I need the PI that I hired to stalk this girl. Then we can do my job.
For real?
Would you like milk, sir? Andrea asks. Good girl. I give her a smile. Not today. I do like to keep them guessing how I take my coffee. Why? Literally why? Aside from just being a toxic ass bitch.
Yeah, he's just being a dick.
Very good, Mr. Gray. She looks pleased with herself, which she should be. She's the best PA I've had. But you're still gonna fuck with her, though. 3 minutes later, she has Welch on the line. Welch? Mr. Gray? The background check you did for me last week. Jackson Pollock painting. Studying at WSU. Yes, sir, I remember. I'd like you to find out when her last final exam takes place and let me know as a matter of priority. Very good, sir. Anything else? No, that'll be all. I hang up and stare at the books on my desk. I need to find a quote. Or you could do your fucking job. Whatever that is. I don't particularly think billionaires do a whole lot in their day-to-day, but,
Yeah.
Line break. We're not done. We're not done for a little bit. It's not a long chapter, but it is gonna take years off my life anyway. Ross, my number 2 and chief operating officer, is in full flow. We're getting clearance from the Sudanese authorities to put the shipments into Port Sudan, but our contacts on the ground are hesitant about the road journey to Darfur. They're doing a risk assessment to see how viable it is. Logistics must be tough. Her normal sunny disposition is absent. We could always airdrop. Christian, the expense of an airdrop. I know. Let's see what our NGO friends come back with. Okay, she says and sighs. I'm also waiting for the all clear from the State Department. I roll my eyes. Fucking red tape. If we have to grease some palms or get Senator Blandino to intervene, let me know. So the next topic is where to site the new plant. You know the tax breaks in Detroit are huge. I sent you a summary. I know, but God, does it have to be Detroit? I don't know what you have against the place. It meets our criteria. Okay, get Bill to check out potential brownfield sites, and let's do one more site search to see if any other municipality would offer more favorable terms. Bill has already sent Ruth out there to meet with the Detroit Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, who couldn't be more accommodating, but I'll ask Bill to do a final check. My phone buzzes. Yes, I growl at Andrea. She knows I hate being interrupted in a meeting. I have Welch for you. My watch says 11:30. That was quick. Put him through. I set this thing as a high priority, but by God, if you interrupt me with it, even though I said interrupt me with it, I signal for Ross to say, Mr. Gray, Welch, what news? Miss Head Empty No Thought's last exam is tomorrow, May 20th. Damn, I don't have long. Great, that's all I need to know. I hang up. Ross, bear with me one moment. I pick up the phone. Andrea answers immediately. Andrea, I need a blank note card to write a message within the next hour, I say and hang up. Right, Ross, where were we? This is so tedious.
Yeah.
Like, I know we've been, shitting on, like, what does this man even do? What is his job? I still don't have any real vision of what he does or what his company's about.
Something about airdropping something to somewhere? Sudan? I assume
like, I know
food?
he's sending some kind of aid to Darfur, but I'm like, couldn't you just fund a humanitarian effort that's already there?
Yeah, and I guess he has a pet senator, so that's fun.
That's great. We love it when private corporate billionaires
Own senators.
Yeah, like I love when corporations
This
are
sure makes me want him to succeed.
Let me figure out my sentence and the words in the right order.
I sure love it when elected officials are in the back pockets of big corporations. That's my favorite thing.
It's my favorite.
It's not a huge problem in our political system
It's
at all.
definitely something that I want in the middle of a book that's supposed to be getting me off.
Yeah.
Like, it sure does make me so rock hard when I remember our broken capitalist system.
I can't jack my big old dick off to this.
Flaccid forever. This book has literally given me erectile dysfunction by talking about capitalism.
You thought this book was about EDs as in eating disorders, but it's actually ED as in erectile dysfunction. Oh, line break. Wish it was a spine break. Take me out of here. Dear Princess Celestia, get me out of here.
Break my spine in 2 pieces. This is my last resort.
At 12:30, Olivia shuffles into my office with lunch. She's a tall, willowy girl with a pretty face. Sadly, it's always misdirected at me with longing. She's carrying a tray with what I hope is something edible. After a busy morning, I'm starving. She trembles as she puts it on my desk. Tuna salad. Okay, she hasn't fucked this up for once.
Oh my god. Just tell her what you want then. Damn.
She also places 3 different white cards, all different sizes, with corresponding envelopes on my desk. Great, I mutter. Now go. She scuttles out. I take 1 bite of tuna to assuage my hunger, then reach for my pen. I've chosen a quote, a warning. I made the correct choice, walking away from her. Not all men are romantic heroes. # not all men. I'll take the word menfolk out. She'll understand. And the quote, which is also in the original.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you tell me there was danger? Why didn't you warn me? Ladies know what to guard against because they read novels that tell them of these tricks. So it's still just as creepy in this context.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you really were being like, oh, I made the correct choice walking away from her, then you wouldn't be sending her this for no fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
You would just let her go on about her life and not continue stalking her. Because, let's be completely clear with this whole thing with Mr. Welch and having a PI following her, that's just stalking by proxy.
No,
he is stalking her.
Yeah, it's not even stalking by proxy. He's just stalking her. Yeah. He's stalking her,
he's paying
but
to stalk her.
Rich person stalking.
Yeah. Like,
but it's still stalking. Just straight up.
And then being like, oh yeah, like I made the right choice walking away. When did you walk away? She walked away.
You are sending her these books. You have a PI following her and doing background checks on her. You have not walked away at all.
Again, she walked away. She has made it abundantly clear that she is not interested. And again, just, you know, cutting out her whole wishy-washy bullshit from her perspective that he does not have.
Yeah.
As far as we have seen from this book, with his narration,
Mm-hmm.
the knowledge that he has, she is completely uninterested. They only met because she was doing a favor for her roommate. She has given him every signal that she does not want to see him. She has zero interest in pursuing a relationship with him at all.
Yeah.
Even a business relationship. Oh, but I made the right choice walking away. You didn't. You are actively chasing right now. God, you're delusional. It's fucking nice guy syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm such a nice guy. No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
If you have to tell yourself or other people that you're a nice guy, no, you're not. I slipped the card into the envelope provided and on it, write brain cell less Betty's address, which is ingrained in my memory from Welch's background check. I buzz Andrea. Yes, Mr. Gray. Can you come in, please? Yes, sir.
She appears at my door a moment later. Mr. Gray? Take these, package them, and courier them to No Thoughts Nancy, the girl who interviewed me last week. Here's her address. Right away, Mr. Gray. They have to arrive by tomorrow at the latest. Yes, sir. Will that be all? No, find me a set of replacements. For these books? Yes, first editions. Get Olivia on it. But apparently you think Olivia fucks everything up, so why would you do... Also, why are you... I take back what I said earlier, because he is buying another set. Like, they're just going to replace his personal copies, so he's not buying them for Anastasia, but he's still spending the money. And also, I want to point out, before anyone else is like, oh, well, he's like a tragic hero, he has character flaws and stuff. The stalking is never treated like a flaw by the narrative, though. In either version of this story, in all of 50 Shades, there's like a moment in 50 Shades Darker where Anastasia's like, oh my god, you have like all my personal information. And then they fuck and it's never talked about again.
Yeah, like, that's the problem with all of these characters' supposed flaws, is all like, they argue about it, they fuck, and it's immediately forgotten about.
Like, the problem didn't go away. This is a huge breach of boundaries.
The problem never goes away because...
Well, we're gonna fuck about it now.
Yeah.
And I guess she's just okay with it after they fuck. Anyway, this is... God, this chapter's so boring.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit in this man's office and watch him do his nondescript office job. The sex scenes were at least better than this.
At least with the sex scenes, we had memes.
Anyway. What books are these? Tess of d'Urberville's. Yes, sir. She gives me a rare smile and leaves my office.
Why is she smiling?
She never smiles. Dismissing the thought, I wonder if that will be the last I see of the books, and I have to acknowledge that deep down, I hope not. Well, then why are you...
Whatever.
Because you're gonna end up... Now you're just gonna have 2 sets when you get married. That's it, though. That's the end of the chapter. Thank God. So, it was pretty short as far as these chapters go, and almost entirely pointless. I really would have preferred, like, a deeper analysis on why he chose the books that he chose, why he chose the quote that he chose.
And just, this is English literature.
Yeah, I'm like, what precise message are you trying to send? Because you are very deeply at odds with your actions. If you're trying to send the message that she should stay away and made the correct choice in not getting involved with you,
then don't send anything.
Don't send her anything. Like, you know, just there's a few snippets of like, here's his perspective on a thing that happened in the original book, but it's just so thoroughly padded out by just stupid bullshit fucking office nothing that I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care about any of this. None of these characters are being fleshed out. The only thing I know about him is that he doesn't completely hate his assistant, Andrea. So he is capable, I guess, of... But no, he's not even capable of treating her with respect. He respects nobody. He treats everyone like they are disposable and there for his convenience and is an asshole. And this will not change. This will never be addressed as a problem. This is not going to be a deal breaker for Anastasia at any point. This is just how he is. And if it's meant to be a character flaw, it is never addressed or changed. He does not go through any type of character arc through the entire series. The way he is right now is the way he will be at the end of Freed. Nothing about him changes. And they'll try to convince you that it does. Like, they'll try so hard to be like, oh, I say they, E.L. James, I guess they refers to E.L. James and fans of this book, will try to be like, oh, like, he went from thinking he couldn't have a vanilla relationship to being, you know, married to Anastasia and having kids and stuff. And it's like, yeah, but he's still controlling and manipulative and an asshole. And they are not in a vanilla relationship because he is still in complete and total control of every aspect of her life, which is still dominating her. Maybe not sexually, but it is still very much a dom sub thing that she didn't consent to. I hate
all
it here.
That paperwork he makes her sign, he really does have an obsession with doming her in every sense.
She never signed it.
Yeah.
She never signs the goddamn contract. At no point in the entire series is she his sub.
Yep.
And that doesn't matter.
They're just horrible.
Oh, I hate it here. But hey, at least this episode wasn't an hour long. It was mercifully short. Let's see how bad the next one's gonna be. The next one's not too bad.
Yeah.
Like, for as long-winded as...
Like, we say that it's not gonna be too bad, though, but we're still gonna suffer, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it's still gonna suck. We're gonna start getting the emails. But...
Well, I mean, at least the emails, like, cut down on the amount of... Like, they go through the pages quickly.
Yeah. Well, also a lot of the page count, which... This is gonna be a weird complaint, because the opposite of this would make the chapter longer. But so much of the page count is just these back and forth two-person conversations
with no
text
tag indicators or anything.
Yeah, it's just and a lot of it is just like one-word answers. Like, someone will say something and then it's just, yes, sir, no, sir, I'll get that, sir. And repeat. Like, there's nothing... I didn't know that Andrea never smiled. There was nothing of her described to express to me that she is of a particular dour personality. You know, there's nothing. It's bland. It's cardboard. And it makes the chapter drag on. Like, yes, adding in dialogue tags would make the chapter longer in a word count sense, but it would at least give me something to think about. Because, you know, we are however many pages, 48 pages into this book, and I am not even remotely turned on by anything that I have witnessed. So, you know, and you know what? I'm gonna say this thing that you probably already know, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm now padding out the runtime with something that's actually worth saying, I hope. Just because a book is written to be sexually arousing does not mean that it's of poor quality. Mm-hmm. You can have mentally stimulating as well as sexually stimulating text. In fact, I would hope that it's a little bit mentally stimulating. I would hope that the reader gives a shit about what's happening on the page. Maybe it helps them imagine a new kind of situation, or maybe they're just really invested in these characters' lives. Something. And I get none of that from this. It's not that it's smut, it's that it's bad smut. It's not good at being smut. It's boring.
It's not sexy.
Anyway, I think we're going to call it there. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back with another one and more silly names. I know that not a lot of silly names got used this episode because Anastasia did not appear on the page.
Sir not appearing in this chapter.
But supporters are still free to suggest silly names in the Rose Garden. So if you are listening to this and you would like one of your silly names to appear, or you just want to support us and our masochism, please consider becoming a supporter on Patreon, Ko-fi, or becoming a YouTube channel member. Bonus to being a YouTube channel member is that I get to add more LGBT flag emojis to my streams, which happen every Monday or every other Monday. You know, as many Mondays as we can.
Sometimes we're busy, sometimes things come up. But we try to stream Mondays at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time with Pokemon fan-made games. And that's a lot of fun, and if you're a supporter, you get some bonuses there too. Largely, I still recommend Coffee and Patreon if you want to be a supporter, but YouTube channel memberships are an option as well if you don't care about all the other stuff. And you can always buy my books. I don't have any spicy books out yet, possibly ever, because I'm a little shy about, my parents read my books. But I know I write better smut than this that I can't share out loud at the ice cream shop. Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop rambling now and wish you a good evening, Rose Garden, and keep growing until next time.
Bye-bye.